What's going on, everybody? Mortem here, this time bringing you a look at the Stalwart Defender in Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, which is currently in beta. Now, as the title should have told you, the Stalwart Defender is, of course, a prestige class. This means it comes with some prerequisites in order to put levels into it. Those prerequisites are pretty simple, though. You simply need to have the dodge and toughness feats, as well as a base attack bonus of 7. Dodge gives you a dodge bonus to your AC, and toughness gives you extra HP depending on your hit dice. And then our base attack bonus of 7 we will get simply by leveling up, though it does vary a bit class to class. Now, before we jump into it too much, Stalwart Defenders, as the name would imply, are all about defense. Most of their features and things are all about getting hit as little as possible, which, as you might imagine, makes them a pretty good tank. Now, as we pick up levels in Stalwart Defender, we are going to get Athletics and Perception as class skills, and we will get the full base attack bonus, which is to say +1 per level, until we hit level 10, where it will max out at +10 for our first attack and +5 for a second attack. Which, yes, is a little reductionist for how base attack bonus actually works. I'm just trying to make this simple. If you want an explanation of base attack bonuses, you can go check out my Combat Basics video where I explain that more thoroughly. But I'm just trying to show people the bonuses you will get for this. Now, at first level, a Stalwart Defender is going to pick up an AC bonus. This is a dodge bonus to AC that starts as +1 on the first level, and every 3 levels it gains another +1 until it maxes out at +4 at the 10th level for Stalwart Defender. Now, it's important to note that dodge bonuses do stack. However, you do lose them if your character is caught flat-footed, that is to say in a situation where they would lose their dexterity bonus, such as being flanked. Now, the other thing we pick up at level 1 is defensive stance. This is a big part of what the Stalwart Defender does. They can enter this stance a number of rounds per day equal to 4 plus their Constitution modifier. Each level after the first, they can maintain the stance for 2 additional rounds per day. Temporary increases to Constitution from things like spells won't increase the number of rounds per day that this can be used. They can enter this as a free action, and the number of rounds per day is renewed after resting, essentially. While we're in this defensive stance, we gain a +2 bonus on melee attack rolls, melee damage rolls, thrown weapon damage rolls, and will saving throws. We also gain a +2 dodge bonus to our armor class, and 2 temporary hit points per hit die that we have. That said, the big negative here is that you cannot move while you are in defensive stance. And after we end defensive stance, we will be fatigued for a number of rounds equal to 2 times the number of rounds we spent in the stance. Moreover, we can't enter a defensive stance while we are fatigued. Now at level 2, and every 2 levels after that, we are going to start gaining defensive powers. These are powers that augment our defensive stance. Now, typically speaking, they can only be used from our defensive stance. Now, in some cases, they are passive effects. In some other cases, they have to be activated while we're in our stance. Now, some of the passive ones include, like, Internal Fortitude, which just makes us immune to sickened and nauseated conditions. And then there's stuff like Renewed Defense, that is a heal, but has to be activated. And then Roused Defense lets you enter your defensive stance even if you are fatigued, and makes you immune to the fatigued condition for your stance's duration. And then Smash gives you an extra slam attack. Fearless Defense makes us immune to shaken and frightened conditions. And then Increased Damage Reduction will further increase the damage reduction that we're about to talk about, because starting at level 5, and then again at level 7, and lastly at level 10, we gain damage reduction. This starts as damage reduction 1, at 7th level it becomes damage reduction 3, and at 10th level it becomes damage reduction 5. And then lastly, we need to talk about Uncanny Dodge. So at level 3, we're going to get Uncanny Dodge. This will essentially make us immune to being caught flat-footed outside of specific circumstances, such as if we are immobilized in some way, such as through being paralyzed. And if we already have Uncanny Dodge from another class, it becomes Improved Uncanny Dodge. That said, at level 7, we pick up Improved Uncanny Dodge, which makes us immune to being flanked unless our attacker is at least 4 more rogue levels higher than we are. Now, level 9 says Improved Uncanny Dodge again. This was also the case in Kingmaker, where this prestige class was as well. This is a bit strange because what is supposed to be your level 9 bonus is called Mobile Defenses, which lets you move 5 feet per round while you are in your defensive stance. But for whatever reason, it still says improved Uncanny Dodge. I thought that might be something they would fix from Kingmaker, but here we are. Currently, it doesn't seem to actually do anything at level 9. But there you go, guys. There is a look at the Stalwart Defender and some of their bonuses. They can be a pretty decent tank, honestly. The bonuses to your attack rolls and damage rolls for melee while you are in your defensive stance are also pretty helpful to deal some damage here and there so you aren't completely sacrificing your offense. Combine this with like a tower shield fighter or something and you'd have a pretty solid tank. Not a bad way to go by any means. That said, not being able to move in defensive stance is a pretty serious negative, and definitely something to note if you plan on trying to make a build with this. And it's one of those classes where I see a lot of it back and forth. I've actually read up some Reddit posts and things here and there. Some people really like it, some people are not fans at all. And it definitely seems to be basically how you feel about the being pinned down in one spot while using your defensive stance, especially because we don't seem to be getting mobile defenses in this game either. Either way, there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it informative. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. But truly, just thank you for watching. May you wander in wisdom and have an amazing day.